Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another favorites video. I have quite the list. Quite the list, my friends, of current favorites. I'm talking wedding favorites. I haven't gotten married yet, but I have things that I love that I've gotten for my wedding, or that I've gotten my bridesmaids, stuff like that. I have book/study favorites. I got a new job, which we'll talk about later, but I got a new job and I wanted to elevate how I dressed for work, so I have some favorites in that category as well. And then we just have like hair care, makeup, skincare, stuff like that. All right, so let's start with some study book favorites. Let's actually start with books because I just recently finished one of my favorite books of the year. So this will be the only book I really talk about in this video, but I wanted to start on a high note, and that is Our Wives Under the Sea. This book was everything I needed in a book in the moment that I read the book. I thought it was so good. It's a dual perspective book, and one of the perspectives is a wife down at the bottom of the ocean in a submarine where something has gone terribly wrong and the submarine has sunk to the bottom. And then the other perspective is of the other wife who's on land waiting for their wife to return. And in that perspective, the wife has actually returned, but something is not right. Something very sinister, very creepy, very weird has happened. And so you're watching kind of dual perspectives. One is really creepy and really scary because it's a submarine at the bottom of the ocean, which submarines are my number one fear, but then it's also like this like super creepy stuff that's happening on land when the wife has returned. So I thought it was excellent. I listened to it as an audiobook, which actually leads me to my second favorite, which is Libro FM. I listen to most of my audiobooks either on Libby through my local library or through Libro FM. Libro FM is an audiobook company where when you buy an audiobook through them, it supports a local bookstore in your area that you actually get to choose. So every time I get an audiobook, I know that I'm supporting one of my favorite bookstores, even if I didn't buy a physical book at the bookstore, you know? Thank you to everyone who has used my affiliate link. I always have it linked in the description of my videos, and whenever someone uses my affiliate link to sign up for Libro FM, I get an audiobook credit, which has been incredible for my school reading. It has been amazing. So whoever's been using the link, you have helped me so much with my reading, you don't even realize. So anyway, Our Wives Under the Sea, incredible, amazing. Libro FM, also incredible and amazing. All right, next let's talk some studying favorites. So as many of you know, because I will not shut my mouth over it, I can't help but mention it every 20 seconds. I am trying to graduate this semester. Because of that, I've been doing a whole lot of school reading. And so with that comes some annotating. And so some things that have helped annotating be a little more fun, and just in general, school supply shopping is always fun. Even if I'm not in school, I will always find an excuse to go school supply shopping. But recently, my stepmom bought me pastel highlighters, which are incredible. I find that sometimes like regular highlighters are so pigmented that it actually kind of crosses sentences out instead of helps to visualize them. So I love them. They give me Easter vibes. And again, they don't really cross out words on the page, they just amplify them. So love. All right, next in the school supplies category, I have some Post-it tabs, which were a gift from one of my best friends, Jess Decker. Her name's Jess Decker Reads on Instagram. But she bought me these for Christmas, and they're kind of like muted, more pale or pastel Post-it tabs that I think are just really gorgeous to annotate with. If I can find them, I'll link them in the description. But again, these were a gift, so they're just gorgeous, right? They, again, I feel like sometimes highlighters and Post-it tabs can be like so neon and so in your face it actually kind of distracts you, but these are just really sweet. And they, especially this strip, just screams fall. You know what I mean? So, there you have it. That is the books, reading, school supplies category. Now we're gonna move on to wedding stuff. All right, so we're gonna start with the most practical thing, and then we're gonna move on to the most fun thing for the wedding category, and that is a science project. Hold on, before this Tupperware scares you off, let me explain. I saw a video that was talking about how to clean your jewelry, and in this case it was an engagement ring. And what they did, well, they explained it, and then I did it at home, is you take, I think it's half a cup, or maybe it's a full cup of Windex, which is a shit ton of Windex, my friends. You get a cup of Windex and then just a couple of drops of Dawn soap. So you make your concoction, you put it in a microwavable container, and then when you want to clean your jewelry, you just zap this for like 30 seconds, get a little warm, drop your jewelry in, leave it for a couple of hours, or what I do is I just kind of gently shake it back and forth. I'm not like banging it around because holy shit, that's probably not good for your jewelry, but I just kind of like shake it a little bit, let it sit, take it out, clean it with a soft toothbrush or with like an actual ring cleaning brush, and the sparkle that happens. The sparkle, my friends. Oh my goodness. So just give it a try. You know what I mean? Give it a try. But I have seen some excellent results from it. That's the first practical thing on the wedding list. Now let's get to the most fun thing, which are some shoes. Okay, let's talk some wedding shoes. Okay, so for me, I will be wearing heels at the actual ceremony, but during the actual reception, I am absolutely gonna pivot to some reception shoes because I am terrible with like wearing clothing or shoes that makes me uncomfortable. So if I'm already gonna be wearing a fucking dress, I want at least my feet to be comfortable. So I got some customizable wedding Converse. You can call it cheesy, you can call it quirky, I think it's cute. So you can get a couple of options on the side. I got just married, but you can get bride, you can get groom, you can get I do, Mrs. or Mr., so you can match with your partner if you want, but I just wanted these for the reception. So the first part is the side, then the laces is actually white ribbon, and the tongue is blue for something blue, and then the sole is blue for something blue. So I love these. I love high top Converse. I wear them all the time. And so when I saw these on someone else in their wedding photos, I was like, yeah, I will be buying. So those are the shoes. I love the idea of bridesmaids proposal boxes, but I didn't want to get anything that was branded around my wedding. Like I didn't want to get like my name on it or like my wedding date on it. I wanted to get them things that would remind them of the fact that they were my bridesmaids, but for it to not really have anything to do with the wedding. So what I did is that I ordered each of them pressed flowers that were framed in this like really beautiful golden standing frame. So I'll insert some photos of that right now. But I loved these and they loved getting them because I tried to pick little bouquets that felt like them. Like my maid of honor loves yellow, and so I got her flowers that were like yellow and white. And then my little sister's favorite color is blue, so I got her a bouquet that had blue in it, stuff like that. So I was trying to find little pressed bouquets that had something to do with each one of my bridesmaids, and they loved it. So if you were thinking about getting your bridesmaids something, but you didn't want to get it like themed, I think that that was a really, really sweet way to go, and they loved it. And then the last thing I'll mention are the earrings that I co-created with Ana Luisa. I have talked about these before, but whenever I talk about these earrings, I always mention like they were inspired by mythology and like Song of Achilles and A Thousand Ships. But something that has been so amazing is that they are so bridal, and I didn't mean to do that. So they've got the pearl, they've got the blue glass, and I've worn them to a couple of like wedding things. Like I wore them when we were looking at venues, I wore them when we went like food tasting? Food tasting is the right word there, but I went to a couple of things. I went to my like wedding dress pickup appointment with these on, and it was just amazing. They were surprisingly very bridal, even though that's not at all what I meant to do, and I wasn't even engaged when I came up with the idea with Ana Luisa, so I just wanted to give them a moment because I love how they turned out, and I love that they're bridal, but that they were inspired by books that I was reading last summer. I will link them down in my description. They're always in my description. So thank you to everyone that's bought a pair, and if you buy a pair, I hope you love them because I love them and I'm really proud of them. All right, next up, let's talk about some Halloween decorations I've either had for a while or have recently picked up from Target because I love Halloween decorating. I just love decorating for the holidays. And when I say the holidays, I really mean Halloween and Christmas because I don't decorate for any other holiday. But I picked up a couple things that I wanted to share. So the first thing I picked up was completely inspired by the internet, and it is this pumpkin. Now, in this lighting, oh, you can kind of see it on my face, but it glows and it's beautiful, but it kind of has these like circus stripes that come off of it. I'll insert a clip now of it in the dark, but it is so cool. I love it especially because it is battery operated, so I didn't need to like set it up close to an outlet. And I love the little stripes that like project onto the walls nearby it because it just makes the whole like environment really orange and really cool looking. So it was at Target for $15. Highly recommend. The next thing I picked up is this garland. It just has some pumpkins and some bats. Super cute. I love a garland. This is actually on the closet next to my desk in my office because we already have a garland like on our TV stand that has mummies and bats on it. And so I wanted one that could kind of like Halloweenify the office. And it's super cute. I think it was $10. So there's that. Next, I picked up something that doesn't at all feel like Halloween. Doesn't look like Halloween, doesn't feel like Halloween, but it got me. And it's this little house. This was in the Halloween section. And it had a Halloween tag, so it's like black, orange, and pink. So, I mean, it's definitely for Halloween. It just, like, isn't. You know what I mean? Like, how is this Halloween? I don't know. But it lights up, and I just keep it on my desk, and it kind of lights up the desk, and it looks really cute. So, I love it. I thought it was a great purchase. All right, next, let's do some skincare. Why not? So recently I have upgraded my skincare a little bit, and this isn't everything I've been using because there's a couple products that I'm not actually sure it's doing anything at all. Just one of those things. But here are a couple things that are working for me, that have worked for me for a long time, and I'm just now talking about. So the first one is this Clinique Take the Day Off kind of like makeup remover melter kind of thing. I use waterproof mascara every time I do my makeup, and it's always impossible to get off. So I got this stuff again. I used to use it all the time and loved it, and I just picked it up again yesterday, and it made my makeup remover process so much easier. So highly recommend. Then the kind of also super great for removing makeup product that I've been using for like 6 months now and I'm obsessed with is the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. This is my face wash every day. And again, it's one of the only face washes that I've used that actually breaks down mascara well. This combined with this is a lethal combination. It is fucking incredible. And then the last thing, I have seen everyone everywhere talk about how you should be using a vitamin C oil or treatment, serum, that's what it's called. And I never did because I was like, What if I drink orange juice? Which doesn't have any relation on my skincare, but also I don't drink orange juice that much, so like I don't know why I use that as an excuse, but I finally picked some up, and it is the First Aid Beauty Vitamin C Serum. If you have another vitamin C serum that you love, please let me know. I think this stuff is great, but since I've never used vitamin C before, I don't know if it actually is. So if you have another product that you love, please let me know, but so far this is really good. I think it's been doing a great job, so yeah. All right, next let's talk about my new job and work clothes. So as I mentioned, I got a new job. So exciting. I was at my last job for 3 years and I learned so much. I grew so much in my career. I took on so many new responsibilities, and it was awesome. But this really cool opportunity came up that I couldn't say no to. So I took the job, and this new job is the same thing where I can work from home most of the time, but on the days that I go into the office, I wanted to look cuter, right? The first thing I did was go to Aritzia because that's all I found. Everywhere online where I looked, everyone was saying like Aritzia pants, Aritzia pants, Aritzia tops. Like everyone loves Aritzia. But that is a pricey bitch, my friends. That is an expensive store. So I bought 2 pairs of pants, and the first one is, well, just these, which just look like pants. Like these don't actually mean anything, but I'll try to link them down below if I can find them. They're basically cropped slacks, which are so cute. I'm obsessed with them because I can wear them and feel professional, but then I can wear like my high top Converse or my Doc Marten loafers, and feel like a little cute, but still professional. So I love these. And then of course, when I was buying them, the woman that sold them to me was like, oh, they're kind of like cigarette pants. Aren't they so cute? And I was like, totally. I totally know what cigarette pants means. Absolutely. Absolutely. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that fucking means. What is a cigarette pant? Does it mean that people can smoke cigarettes in them? Because I don't smoke, so... But great, I'm glad that I can at least... I could if I wanted to, because I have the pants for it now. The other pair I got is, of course, the Aritzia Everywhere pants. These are super high-waisted and have pretty flowy legs. So I love the high-waisted part, but I still am having trouble styling them. But they are super cute on, and I love high-waisted shit, so that's one. As for tops, now I can buy black pants all day, every day, and feel good in like all of them. But shirts were a weird one because I was like, I don't know how to feel comfortable but also professional without feeling too serious. So first I found Banana Republic's work section, and the first one is this shirt. It's black. I love the cut of it. I love just the whole thing. They're like a little puffy sleeves without being like too over the top. So I got this one, and then I got the blue one. So same shirt, but in blue, and love them both. This one's cool to add a little bit of color. This one's cool to just act like super sleek, you know? I feel like a professional ass bitch when I wear this shirt. So that's 2. And then I've worn both of these shirts on my channel before, and so I just want to give them a shout out. Big Bud Press is so fun. They're pretty pricey, but they're sustainable and they're super fun. But they're just these like kind of cool button-ups. I have this one in green that I wear all the time. And then I also got it in pink, which the pink one's a little obnoxious. But when I'm feeling confident and feeling happy, this really communicates it to the world. So I love both of these. I think they're called the Picnic button-up, and they come in like 12 colors, and they're super cute. So there we go. But just in general, Banana Republic had some really cute shirts. I got a couple others, but I haven't worn them yet, so I didn't want to like super recommend them if I don't know what they're actually like. So yeah. And then lastly, we're just gonna do some hair care and some perfume. So if you see my hair right now, I chopped all of it off to like right here this time last year. So it has grown that much, and I get trims regularly, but it's grown a substantial amount, and it's really healthy. And I really credit it to, well, I credit a lot of it to Olaplex when I'm actually washing my hair. But when I get out of the shower and I'm doing like my post washed hair, these are two products that I think have completely changed the game. The first is this Kevin Murphy, this one's the Thick Again spray, but they have a more feminine version that comes in a pink bottle, and it's called Body Mass, and it basically just promotes hair growth in like a thicker way, right? So like you're like helping your scalp be stronger so that it can grow healthier hair out of it. So basically what you do is you section off your hair, like pull your hair up and then spray it on the actual scalp. And you do that kind of all over your head, and then you just like massage it into your scalp. And I think it's helped immensely. My hair is super healthy right now, and I just love how much it's grown, and I love how shiny it looks, and I think a lot of it is this. The second product is a leave-in conditioner. So I get my hair dyed like every 6 to 8 weeks, and I've been using the Everlasting Color Leave-In, and this just helps with color longevity because the color of your hair will be affected by sun damage and how often you're showering and stuff like that. And using this right out of the shower just helps the color to actually like stick to your hair. Anyway, it just helps the color stay in your hair follicles, and it's also a leave-in conditioner, so it's also like conditioning at the same time. And I think it's great. And then the last thing on this favorites list is some perfume that I've recently been wearing a lot of, and it is the Glossier perfume. I think that this bottle is ingenious because it basically has a thumb hold for it. So there's like this dent in the bottle, and then you just spray it on. Obviously not on your face. That looked like I was saying your face. You spray it on, and then just a genius bottle design, but it's also just super fresh. It doesn't really smell like lemons. It doesn't smell like fresh laundry. It just smells fresh, but it's great. I love it. I wear it to the gym every day, and it lasts. It smells good. It's not overpowering, and I love it. All right, I said that the perfume was going to be the last thing that I mentioned, but I just wanted to mention Jalen's podcast, which is amazing. It's called Reading the Room, and it is incredible. He's been interviewing some really, really popular authors, some authors that have written some awesome books, and he has some very, very, very exciting authors that are going to be interviewed very soon. So I'm gonna leave a link down to Jalen's channel and like all of his information so you can go watch and listen to his podcast, because I am so excited for him and I just think it's gonna be huge. And so I just wanted to shout him out. But anyway, yeah, there we go, my friends. Please let me know what you've been loving. What vitamin C serum do you love? Where do you buy your work clothes? What face sunscreen should I buy next? And where are you buying your Halloween decorations? Just let me know what you've been loving. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!